Welcome back to Hayes Outdoors and Tractors. Today we got the Zetor 6211. It's heating up on my dad while he's plowing. I've looked at a lot of forums and they're saying that it's very, the particulates, if you get any kind of particulates in the radiator, it's a very fine radiator and it'll clog up. We flushed it a couple times, as you've seen on my other video on how to drain it. Didn't help, and what everyone was saying is you have to take the radiator completely out of the tractor, put it upside down, put water into it, and flush it out through the top here. So as I've already loosened this up, in the side panel, there's 1, 2, 3 bolts here, 3 bolts here. I'm sorry, 4 bolts here, 3 bolts here, bolt here and here, and 2 bolts back here. And at that time, you should be able to raise it up and lift the side panel right off. So
that's what it looks like?
That's what it looks like, buddy.
Yep.
So now we have access to the radiator. Down here we have a bolt here and a bolt on the other side. They look like they're castle bolts or regular bolts, I'm not sure. We're going to loosen them up, and there's a groove in them. Once you loosen those nuts up, it'll let you slide the radiator off without having to take the mounting brackets off. So all we should have to do is, we already have the power steering loosened up right here. We should be able to slide it out sideways and hopefully it'll come on. So sit back, you can enjoy. I'm going to put it in fast forward and you'll be able to see us, and when we get to the point where we're going to take it off, I'll slow the camera. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to zoom in here and show you what we did. Okay, these 2 bolts right here, they're studs coming up out of the frame. They have 2 nuts on them. They hold this bracket that holds the power steering canister. If you take them off, we should be able to move, because as you can see, I don't know if you can see with the sun the way it is, but right here you got 1/8 of an inch, and you still have to get the radiator around the fan here, up here, and as you can see, there's not enough room. So we're going to try this and see how it goes.
I think everything else is unhooked.
Okay, also, on the air filter, that plastic piece you just see me take off, we took it off. So now we have at least a good 1.5 inches here. So we're going to try to take it off now. All right, Dad, you hold back on this side. You kind of hold back on this, and I'm going to try to walk that thing off and out. Yay! There it is. And there you go.
Just like we planned.
Oh. I don't know if you can see that, but you can't see through that radiator.
Wow, look at that.
I might be able to get the hose over. Okay, while we have the radiator out, this is the air filter for the Zetor. Sets like this. Oil in there. Sits down on top of the rubber O-ring, and this is the filter. It looks like horsehair is what it looks like. And it snaps up under this big blue canister here. That's your air filter. Okay, so before we put this on here, I wanted to show you exactly what I was talking about. And we're going to let this focus. Right here is your bracket. Try to get you better focus. Right here is your bracket for your radiator. Right under here, right here that I'm touching, this is the petcock to drain it. And right here is your bolt. And there's one on the other side too. And this is slotted, as you can see right here. I don't know if you can see, but this is slotted. You loosen these nuts, and this radiator slides right out. Now, as it's doing that, just remember, your power steering, we broke it there and here, and just put it off to the side, because you don't have enough room. But once you loosen these two bolts, these two nuts I should say, because these are studs coming out of the frame, for this bracket, for your power steering, you take these two off, you take those two nuts off down there, and you take this power steering off. And then all you have to do is unloosen your bottom hose, top hose, and this bracket here actually hooks to the side. So once you take that out, then you have enough room to move this back and set it right about here, and you have just enough room, as long as you're really careful, to pull this back and bring it straight out, because you have to be able to get the fan here back past this shroud, and it's in there about 1.5 inches. So that's what you have to do. Also, right here on top is your air filter. This is your air filter. There's a hard plastic hose that goes from here and S's down and onto here, so we took it off. So that's what, more or less, we took those 4 or 5 things off, and you can access your radiator relatively easy. I was really surprised. We did it in, this took total maybe an hour to do this, including flushing and everything. So now what we're going to have to do is just put these nuts back on right here and here, lock that down, put the power steering hoses back on, fill it back up, put the air cleaner back on, the pipe up on top here, the S pipe, and then we're going to put the side back on and hopefully fire it up.
Put antifreeze in.
Antifreeze, yeah, that would help, huh? And she's running. All good, no leaks. Now we're going to put the side back on it, and she's ready for the field tomorrow.